AI can now write books, compose symphonies, and even mimic your voice down to the last breath. It's designing buildings, diagnosing illnesses, and coding complex software faster than we ever imagined. So, where does that leave us? Are we becoming replaceable? Well, not quite, because even in this whirlwind of digital marvels, there remains one edge we have, one timeless trait that no line of code, no neural net, no large language model can touch. And it may just be the most powerful skill of the 21st century. Let's talk about the last human advantage. Look around. It's impossible to miss the tidal wave of AI breakthroughs. ChatGPT writes essays and business plans. Midjourney paints Van Gogh. Sora animates lifelike videos from pure text prompts. Google Gemini answers questions with images and code. And Boston Dynamics robots dance, lift, and move with unnerving grace. Every month, it seems like a new miracle tool drops that can write, draw, speak, or think faster and better than many of us ever could. These tools are reshaping entire industries. A 2023 McKinsey report suggests that AI could automate up to 70% of work activities across industries like customer service, finance, programming, and even parts of healthcare. And according to a Goldman Sachs report, over 300 million full-time jobs globally could be impacted by generative AI. Marketers are rethinking how to write copy. Developers are seeing AI write better code, faster. Even lawyers and journalists are looking over their shoulders. So now, we're asking ourselves, what's left for us? If machines can think, write, draw, and talk like us, and sometimes better than us, where do we go from here? Here's the truth no one really wants to say out loud. You can't out-AI AI. If you're trying to outpace AI at data crunching, pattern recognition, or speed, you're playing the wrong game. Machines are built for efficiency. They don't sleep or need coffee. They don't procrastinate or burn out. They process billions of data points like it's a morning jog, translating languages in milliseconds, generating code, and predicting consumer behavior. They're brilliant at optimization. Think of them as calculators that have swallowed the internet. Here's the thing. You don't beat a calculator by trying to do math faster. You beat it by asking better questions. And that's where we still have the upper hand. The strength of AI lies in processing, but it falls short when it comes to understanding. Understanding not just what someone says, but why they said it. Not just what happened, but how it felt. It can predict patterns, but it can't feel the pulse of a person's pain. It can imitate love songs, but it doesn't know what heartbreak feels like. It can spot trends in behavior, but it doesn't carry the burden of a memory or the weight of a promise. It doesn't understand irony. It doesn't feel guilt, and it doesn't yearn. That's the difference. This is what we call the last human advantage. It's not intelligence, it's insight. It's the ability to interpret, to feel, to reflect, to connect the dots between experience and meaning. Let's start with storytelling. We are storytelling creatures. From ancient times to modern marketing, we use stories to make sense of our lives. Stories are how we remember, how we teach, and how we connect. This is backed by neuroscience. Studies show that storytelling activates more areas of the brain than facts alone. AI can remix a story, but it doesn't live through one. It doesn't tremble at the plot twist, and it sure doesn't cry at the ending. Emotional intelligence is another. This is the ability to read between the lines, to feel the mood shift in the room, or feel when someone needs space or a hug, or a simple, "I see you." These are subtle, nuanced, invisible skills, but they're what make a great leader, teacher, parent, or friend. Then there's moral reasoning. AI can be trained to follow corporate policies and offer solutions, but it doesn't understand justice and consequences. It doesn't wrestle with guilt. When a decision affects lives, machines compute, humans contemplate. When a self-driving car has to choose between hitting a pedestrian or swerving into traffic, who decides what's right? Who bears the burden of the choice? That's a human question. And let's not forget creativity, the kind rooted in lived experiences. Not just randomness or remixing, but real innovation born from failure and heartbreak. Take Pixar, for instance. Sure, they use AI in animation, but every story begins in a room full of people telling childhood memories, heartbreaks, silly fears, and wild dreams. No machine can replicate the messy magic of that process. Remember Samantha from the film Her? She asks, "What does it mean to love?" That's the paradox. AI can mimic love. It can stimulate feelings, but it doesn't feel its weight. So what do we do with this human edge? We can use AI like a co-pilot, not a competitor. It's a tool, not a replacement. Imagine a founder of a small startup. She uses AI to streamline onboarding and automate analytics. But the emails her customers remember are the ones she wrote herself, with care, warmth, and humor. That's human. Empathy-led design is changing products. It's not just about features anymore. It's about how a product makes someone feel. The best products today don't just solve problems, they build trust. In branding, the most memorable campaigns are stories. Think about Nike's "You Can't Stop Us" and Apple's "Think Different." They don't sell products, they celebrate people. In leadership, the future belongs to those who lead with heart. Numbers are important, but people stay loyal when they feel seen, heard, and valued. The companies thriving today aren't just data-driven, they're empathy-led. Even in therapy and education, AI can assist, but the magic, the actual transformation, comes from human connection. We're seeing therapists use AI to help with scheduling, note-taking, or even guided journaling. But their role as listeners, guides, and a safe space is not going anywhere. Teachers are using AI to personalize learning, but the spark in a classroom, the moment a teacher finally explains something in the right way, that spark is human. So the truth is plain and simple. You're not falling behind, slow, or outdated. You're human, and in a world obsessed with optimization, your very imperfections are your edge. Your doubts, your instincts, your stories, your goosebumps. They're all proof that you're not a machine, and that's exactly the point. We are entering what might be called the human renaissance. One where the people who thrive aren't the fastest cadets or the most optimized systems. They're the ones who double down on what makes them real. Technology will keep evolving, that's a given, but so will we. The winners of the future won't be those who try to act like machines. They'll be the ones who remember how to be human. Because in the end, when the noise fades and the novelty wears off, we'll still crave connection. We'll still need each other. And no matter how smart the machines get, they'll never feel the way you do. So here's your edge, your power, your irreplaceable gift. Be more human. Like, subscribe, and tell us, What's one human trait you believe AI can never replicate?